Welcome, ladies and germs. How y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of the Rat Trick Report from the Heat versus the World Podcast Network. It's your boy Justin at McCant for Life. Follow your boy on Twitter, IG, all over the place. It feels a little weird though. Normally I'm not the one that gives the introduction. Normally it's my co-host Jeremy, but I've been calling him all day. Shot him a text, no response, no answer, nothing. It's very, very weird. He's just been missing all day, kind of like Bobrovsky. What the heck? Yo, Jeremy, is that you?
Justin?
Jeremy!
Justin.
Bro, what? Where are you, bro?
We gotta be quiet. We gotta be quiet.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
They're on to us, man. They're on to us.
Who's on to us?
I ventured out too far, and I have deep intel about this Panthers season.
Oh no, dude, no! Don't tell me you're in lottery land.
Guys,
Don't tell me you're
guys, we're getting McKenna.
Say swear.
Guys, I think they can hear me. I think they're after us. I'm hiding.
What? Listen, I know I made the call to Bettman during the Winter Olympics, but I did not think he would take it seriously. Are you serious?
Oh no.
Oh God. They got my guy. Run. You gotta run, bro. What the heck? Dude.
Help.
What the heck was that? What? Jeremy, no! Oh my God, they got my guy. No, okay, he's here. Oh my gosh, I was about to give your eulogy for a second. Bro, what the heck?
Boys, we survived, but we're not surviving this season.
Listen, we're not surviving this regular season, but if your intel is correct, my guy, we might be getting McKinnon.
It's another Rat Trick Report, and I'm on the road.
Yes, you are. Lots of street lights. Very black skies tonight.
Yeah, so here's the story. I got called. I don't know if you did. I got called to go back to Milan.
I did not get this call.
So I was scammed then. I was told to go back to Milan. I arrived in Italy. They said there was something wrong with the structure. They said they might be able to add the banners.
Really?
Yeah. I arrived to check it out. They sent me to the wrong destination. And then now I'm just walking. I've been walking for a long time, man.
Clearly, that's a long way to walk from Milan back home. Did you get a boat or something like to go across the water? Like, where are you right now?
I have no idea where I am.
Oh my gosh, you're talking as if like they kidnapped you or something.
I've taken sea, by land, by air. I don't know where I am.
Anything but by power play, huh?
I don't know where I'm at, but I don't think any of the people here knows what happened to the Florida Panthers in 2026.
Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, they're just hurt like crazy. They're tired. They need rest. This is the sacrifices you make to go on 3 Stanley Cup runs, very deep Stanley Cup runs in a row. Bob is missing. You are now found, so at least that's one person I found this year.
Am I found really?
I mean, at least I can see you.
Fair point, I'm alive.
Man, but dude, okay. So I don't know if you guys over there in Milan, I don't know if you have ESPN Plus, NHL Network, or anything, but have you been able to see these last three games since our last episode?
You know, I got to watch all three games, and we got things to talk about.
We have a lot to talk about as the trade deadline is coming up this weekend.
We do, and I mean that's a part we have to get into later. I think first we obviously start off with the obvious, with the last three games.
Of course. I mean, it started out coming back from the Olympic break on a high note. And I'm talking about highest of highs. Maple Leafs come to town, and for the first and probably the only time it'll ever happen, a Maple Leaf player got a standing ovation at Amerant Bank Arena. The captain of Team USA, as well as the captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs, Austin Matthews, got a standing O from the Panthers faithful. We showed him more love than his own home crowd when he went back to Toronto. So that should say a lot about the state of Canadian hockey fans right now. They're crying, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Unfortunately for the Maple Leafs, Austin Matthews returned to form, as the rest of the Maple Leafs did. They no-showed the game. The Panthers ran away with it 5-1. It was an absolute massacre in the first period. We scored 3 goals. The first 2 were within 2 minutes of each other, and I want to say were off back-to-back shot attempts.
I mean, I if it wasn't for the fact that of the long-standing history between the Maple Leafs and the Panthers, I would maybe feel a little bad. But we don't.
We don't. We apologize to no one, especially Leafs.
Even better. It was so bad they had to take a goal away from us too.
They sure did. They sure did. We'll chop it up as a mercy rule. You know, we'll chalk it up as a mercy rule. But Marchie, very clearly feeling some type of way after coming away with silver at the Olympics, went off for 2 goals. And Toronto dropped their second straight after the Olympic break after they got caved by not only us but the Lightning. So it's just great day for Toronto Maple Leaf haters such as myself. That was fantastic. Carter Verhaeghe scored on the power play. Evan Rodriguez with a short-handed. Oh my God, what a goal! Oh my God, that breakaway!
Absolutely beauty.
He had Joseph Wall doing the splits, bouncing out like he was a freaking pole dancer at Magic City. It was unbelievable. Broke that man's ankles out of the skates. Just filthy goal. Ooh, please, if you have not seen the goal, please go watch it. It was the hockey equivalent of someone pulling a sham god out on the basketball court. It was unbelievable.
Genuinely, this is I've always loved Erod. He's been a fantastic addition. He's coming over. He doesn't get enough credit, really, or love, in my opinion, since he's come over to Florida. He's been an integral part of the 2 Stanley Cup runs. And then he just, every now and then, he just kind of has that. He reminds people that he has that in him. He's got the speed, and he's a terrific penalty killer. And a just fantastic goal from Evan Rodriguez. Just put the nail in the coffin, in my opinion. It just felt like it was over from that part on.
Oh, yeah. And, just to rub salt in the wound, the last goal, which was our second empty netter in a row after Brad Marchand scored the empty netter for his second goal of the night. Matthew Tkachuk scores an empty netter as well. So gold medalist, icing the game per usual. Chucky, gotta love him. And that was a great night, a night full of hope and, just pure joy, because for the first time all season, we looked like that team who could go on a run and sneak into the playoffs. And that joy lasted for a little less than 24 hours because the next day,
we at least got to enjoy it for a day.
Yeah, they had us in the first half of the back-to-back, not gonna lie. But
I had hope in for a little bit of time.
Right. I mean, you got to. But unfortunately, Alex Lyon came to town, and in typical Alex Lyon fashion, he was darn near unstoppable. The Buffalo Sabres win 3-2. Oh my gosh, the shots were 39-29. Jesus, that was horrible. Lyon made 28 saves. Tie was broken. The 2-2 tie was broken late in the third period by Malestein. I know I'm mispronouncing that name. I apologize, sir. But they broke the tie late in the third period, and that's just such it lets the air out of the room, So sad to see.
And it does, but not only that, but I feel like you also have to take into consideration I think everyone in Panthers land and everyone in Panthers fan base can agree. I mean, there are even analysts agreeing with this. We have got to get something figured out about goaltender interference because that last play might just cost us our season, which in reality, I mean, all of our hope is gone. We want that to be our final, out of the season, it feels like. We want that to be the final nail in the coffin because of how bad the season has been. But, I mean, that goaltender interference call, it felt like a no question. It felt like a no-brainer.
Very clear as day. Now, if you guys are familiar with my Twitter, I use genuinely as a hyperbole a lot in my tweets. So if you see me saying that was genuinely the worst call I've seen in my life, I don't literally mean that was the worst call I've seen in my life. There have been worse calls that I've seen. In fact, there have been worse calls I've seen this season. But that's a really bad call, in my opinion. Like, it's textbook goaltender interference. And if we're in the big year of 2026 and we still can't figure out what goaltender interference is, then what are we doing here? What are we doing? Everybody says that the Panthers are saved by the refs and bailed out by the refs all the time until we're not. And then nothing from the peanut gallery when we actually do get screwed.
This is what I mean. I mean, Bob, I get it. Listen, I get it. Bob is, or not Bob, Tarasov is technically out of the crease.
Yeah.
But here's what people forget. You don't have to be in the crease.
You do
not have to be in the crease. And how many times and this goes to everyone, this isn't talking about the Panthers. How many times has your team been screwed over when you for sure think, oh, that's goaltender interference?
Mm-hmm.
Or he's out of the crease. And then you're thinking afterwards, I'm like, he's out of the crease. How is that allowed? Like, he's out of the crease. He's not in his area anymore. He's out of the crease. It doesn't matter. It's not defined. There is no hard set rule. He is interfered with out of the crease. That stick is preventing him from being able to make a play on that puck. You cannot rule that a goal, and they still ruled it a goal, and there was no explanation for it. There was none
at all, because no one knows what goaltender interference is. I mean, a Stanley Cup was literally won off of this
boys.
phenomenon.
That's my plane.
Hi, Dallas.
That's my plane.
Dude, get on the plane. What are you doing? Oh my God.
That's my plane. It forgot me.
How do you miss the plane that badly?
No, that was my flight.
You're just stuck in Milan at this point. Sorry. You're gonna have to. We're gonna have to. You're gonna be a Bluetooth host for probably the next episode.
Guys, I don't know if I'm ever making it back to my setup.
Oof.
I need.
Oof, the Devils just scored. It is 2-1.
Yes.
It's 2-1, baby. Keep that tank rolling. Keep that tank rolling.
Tank Commander Bobrovsky rolling in.
Oh, Dougie Hamilton with the tiebreaker there from Jack Hughes.
Speaking of Tank Commander Bobrovsky, I think we move on to the Islanders game.
Oh my God! No,
I only have a few things to say about that, and it has to consist of the ending.
Oh yes, by all means, because I'm pretty sure that you explain what happened in this game better than me, because I'll probably just be raging. So please, by all means, share your thoughts, Jeremy.
Okay, listen. I get the hate, man. Tkachuk is slow. Aaron Ekblad is not the defenseman that he used to be. Gustav Forsling, I get what he's doing. I get all the hate. I get all of it. Sergei Bobrovsky, what are you doing? I have not seen anyone talk about Sergei Bobrovsky. But genuinely, what is he doing on that play? Anders Lee has only one move to go to. He only has one play he's got that he can get to in that situation. He's holding on the backhand. He's got Ekblad right behind him. He's in front of Ekblad. He doesn't know how far he is, but he can at least see his skate. He knows he has no room to go to his backhand. Bob is already there. The only play Anders Lee has that he can get to if he wants to score and drive to the net is go forehand. Based on his skating angles, he can't go and switch back to his backhand even if he wanted to, unless he was pulling up Forsberg. And even if he does, then hats off to him, because he made a terrific play. And you say, you know what, Anders Lee has made an amazing play. That's a highlight reel goal. Oh well. So tell me why Bob is committing to going backhand and is selling out to just give up the complete right side of the post.
Because Bob thought that was Richard Reed from the Fantastic Four, and he thought he was flexible enough to be able to go to the backhand. But that's simply not the case.
I just don't understand what Bob is doing. You have been in the league for how long, brother? You have been in the league for how long? Are you is he genuinely has he actually given up on the season? Has he given up on the season and he just said, you know what, screw it? I'm gonna help out this tank as much as I can. I heard I'm gonna get a very lucrative payday if I help this tank out. Because what is going on?
Dude, he faced 26 shots and saved 21 of them. Not great.
It's not.
Especially what makes this game worse, just outside of the fact that Schaefer had 2 goals. Speaking of Schaefer, thank you to Canada for not rostering him on your Olympic team. We really appreciate it over here in the States.
Just a reminder that you guys chose Devin Tays, so you guys can have the Cale Makar and Devin Tays line again. I greatly appreciate it, because for whatever reason, you guys decided to go with that. And you know what? We had some questionable decisions too, but there is no decision more questionable than that one.
You're right. And outside of Schaefer getting 2 goals, including his 20th of the season, letting Lee score with 32 seconds left, which means you don't even get a point. We need as many points as possible to make this far-fetched dream a reality of sneaking into the playoffs. And once again, against the Isles, once again in New York, you leave all points on the table at the death again. I'm so sick. I'm so sick. And that is the Isles' 5th win in a row, and that is our 7th loss in our last 9 games, Jeremy.
And that's why, you have to go ahead and that's where you go ahead and say it's guys, it's over.
Yeah, that's the season.
Get your rest. Get your rest.
That's the season, bro. You just gotta rest up, get healthy. You got a big off season ahead of you. Unless you find a way to move Bob in this trade deadline, I doubt it. but you need to make a big splash with solid goaltending. It's going to be way easier said than done, considering the market that's there. But I think Bill Zito has earned the benefit of the doubt. Olympic gold medalist, general manager Bill Zito, by the way. But man, it's going to be tough. But if there's anyone who can make the numbers work and bring someone here with some solid goaltending, then it is definitely the combination of Bill Zito and Roberto Luongo. Yeah, it's lottery time. I think now you don't necessarily make it too obvious that you're tanking, but I mean, you don't make it obvious that you're trying to win either. I mean, clearly they're not right now. They're losing 2-1 in the second period. But you know,
I think there has to be tough questions asked me like prior to the deadline, obviously, but I think it's that time where you also go ahead and look at your roster and say, does it hurt to rest Sam Reinhart for the rest of the season? Does it hurt to shut down a couple of the guys and say, you know what, let them get the rest? Aaron Ekblad has had so much toll on his body.
Yeah.
Over the last 6 years.
He's being held together by chewing gum and duct tape at this point.
Does it hurt to shut someone like him down? I mean, I would like to see Jack Devine get some more minutes. I think you're at that time where you let the young guys come up and see what the young guys can do.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, you get your answers.
Absolutely. It is it's just sad because this season has so much potential, but I mean, the red flag immediately was Barkey's injury, and it just seemed like dark cloud was over the Rossman franchise. It seemed like the devil was out to get us, this season.
I mean, you started off 3-0.
Yeah.
You started off 3-0.
Started out 3-0.
I think and here's the thing that I genuinely think too. The Panthers could have survived without Barkov and without Tkachuk.
They could have, but they just couldn't finish games where at the very least, you need a point. They couldn't get to overtime and oh my gosh, it was so many games they just could not get to overtime, could not, just at least get a point.
At the end of the day, we couldn't get the saves from Bob. We couldn't get that last second point. We couldn't get that last point. And most importantly, we could survive without Barkov and Tkachuk for half the season.
Yeah.
But you can't survive when you're missing Lundell for a few weeks, Luostarinen for a month because of a barbecue accident, because you're missing Seth Jones because he got hit up high, and you're missing all these different guys. And at that point, you're missing your entire fourth line. And then you have Cole Schwinn coming in, who scores a goal in one of his first games back with the Panthers, who's a replacement already for the completely injured fourth line. And then he misses long term, coming back, and he gets hurt again.
Yep. I believe Tomas Nosek is back today, if I make no mistake.
Which is the first time we have seen a player from that fourth line since Gadjevich got hurt. We have AJ Greer playing up at almost the second line at this point.
Yeah, that's how you know it's bad.
Like, all of the injuries that we have suffered, you just show that. Like, you can survive without Barkov for a full season if he plans on coming back for the playoffs, and you can survive a few months without Tkachuk. But you can't survive when it's your entire team, because you need something to hold yourself together. And the Panthers had nothing to hold themselves together. They didn't have the goaltending. They certainly did not have the health. They didn't have the stamina.
They low-key did have the goaltending. They just didn't have the goal support for Tarasov early on. And then as soon as
Tarasov was
goal support, then Bob started playing like ass. So
Tarasov was the only thing that was really holding us together for certain points of the season, and then when the wheels kind of fell off of him recently, everything fell off.
Yep.
And it sucks, but we got our 2 Stanley Cup wins. We
Sure
can
did.
sleep happy that we got to witness those, and we can sleep happy that we still have Barkov. We're gonna get Barkov next season. We still have Kachuk for years to come. We still have Reinhart. We still have Bennett. We have Marchand. We have all these guys that are still going to be able to come back, and we'll be back healthier. And I know for a fact they'll be back hungry because they want more.
And we won't have Jeff Petrie on my team anymore. Yay!
Oh, don't say that name.
That is the second D-man L that Bill Zito has taken since he's been here. One named Ben Sherratt as well. That was terrible. That was a terrible trade.
2 first-round picks.
Oh, don't remind me. Oh my God.
Multiple.
You got to take the wins with the losses. There's been very few losses, but man, those losses sting. But hey, resulted in 2 Stanley Cups.
Like I said before, unfortunately, you take that for what you get in return.
Oh, okay. So Bob makes an unbelievable save, and then they immediately score after. Yay! 3-1, New Jersey Devils.
Tank Commander Bob is on the case.
Listen, man, dude. If they keep going on this tanking run of a lifetime, I may show up in fatigues next episode. Get the hat, the camo vest, and everything. Oh man, already got the flag over here.
I will show back up in that bush.
You got the war paint on.
I'm hiding from the tank commander, Sergei Bobrovsky.
Fort McKenna.
They've taken over Fort Emmerich. It's a war zone.
It is a war zone out there.
Tank commander Sergei Bobrovsky is down and out.
Listen, it is such a war zone. Bahama Breeze has already fallen. Okay, Bahama Breeze has fallen. What's next? Yard House.
Yard House is gonna fall. I heard a long time ago we lost Wanadu City, and the last time we had a war zone this bad.
Yeah, we lost Wanadu City in the relocation. That was tough. But hey, at least we looked good in the jet blue jerseys.
Oh man, did we look good in those?
Oh,
those were our calling cards.
Oh yeah, it was, and it's funny because they were tremendously hated when they first came out. Oh, it's just a Penguins throwback ripoff. This, that, and third.
I still see tremendous amount of hate on them still to this day.
And it's crazy because every time I break it out, I get nothing but compliments. People trying to buy it off of me, and I don't know if it's because it looks good or if it's rare, or in my opinion, I think it's because it's both. It's a great looking sweater. Not gonna lie, good looking tarp.
It is. I will still always say this to this day. It is our best. It is our best jersey. It is one of our best. Maybe it's not our best jersey, but it is easily one of our best ones. It's certainly better than our current ones.
Yeah. But I mean, the current one is associated with winning, so I mean, this logo is gonna stay for a while, I think. Plus, it looks way better on merch, like small merch.
Certainly, however, just take into consideration that Chris Versteeg and Stephen Weiss wore that other jersey.
True. You got a point.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. So how are you going to catch another plane?
I've seen 3 fly by. I've given up. We're just walking from now on.
You're just going to walk?
It's a long straight head. It's a long straight road. I don't know. I'm just walking.
Hey, man. All roads lead to the Everglades, all right?
Oh, hey, maybe that's where I'm at. Who knows?
Maybe. I mean, do you see any gators out there?
I don't know, but, I'm a little bit itchy from that bush.
Ooh. Not great.
No. But, what is great?
Mm-hmm.
The NHL Trade Deadline.
It is great. It's a very
which is why I have a little game I I want to go. You know you love you love my games.
I love games.
Let's go ahead and get into another segment. I'm revealing to you now. Let's go into trade deadline. Sell, buy, or keep.
Sell,
got
buy, or
Three
keep.
names. I got 3 names to go ahead and give to you. We're gonna go ahead and go over all 3 of them. I want to go ahead and hear your opinion on what if you want to buy, if you're buying them, if you're selling them, or you're keeping them.
Okay.
So are you ready?
Yep. Let's go.
Name number 1. This has been certainly I can't even believe that this is even kind of happening. I've even heard things about it. But Nazem Kadri is on the market right now. And the Florida Panthers are apparently one of the teams that is interested in Nazem Kadri. I believe Nazem Kadri would like to go to the Florida Panthers. Is that a player that we're buying, or are we holding off on that? Are we selling on that idea, or are we keeping that?
Well, he's 35 years old. Which is crazy that I've heard that we've been linked to him, because I heard that that talks between the Flames and the Avalanche have been picking up that he might be going back to Colorado. But if we are still linked to him and we're talking with him, I mean, I don't know, man. I think I might. What's his rate looking like right now? A lot of money, a little money?
I'll be honest, I don't have the contract on me. I have been walking for 3 weeks now.
So
I've been walking for 6 days
up there in Milan for the Paralympic Games, but we couldn't get a contract when you did your meeting with Bettman.
I had no meeting with Bettman.
I've been walking. Yeah, that's right. You were eavesdropping. Totally legal.
I wandered. Listen, I got flown out to Milan and I wandered myself into lottery land. I don't know where I'm at.
Oh, so that's why they sent people after you. That's why you were hiding in the bush.
Indeed, it is. Those cyclists that you were hearing. I didn't. That's not someone I know.
Oof, man. You know what? Let's see. I'll kick the tires on him for the right price. I'll kick the tires on him. See what he's got.
Are you giving up a prospect like Divine for him?
Probably not for him, because even though our window is like right now, you still want to have some kind of pieces, later on once the window's closed, that you can either have to tread water or trade to get, some pretty good draft capital back and some good picks in order. So that way you can create another window. I'm probably not gonna trade like a Divine for him, like a prospect like him. So
I mean with that, you're probably gonna have the Flames eat salary as well, considering he's on a more expensive deal. Obviously, we still have to. I don't even know if you sign Bob obviously anymore, but you obviously have to think about that. So it's not like we have unlimited cap space available. So it's tough. Personally, I'm not a big fan, and if we have the luxury of being able to maybe take on someone like Kadri for the third line, maybe help out a line of Lostrinen, Lundell, or something like that. Maybe get him a little bit gritty. Lundell's been a lot more physical the last few years than he was originally. But at that point, maybe I can see it. But personally, if they're not going to eat much salary and it's going to cost a bit much, I would say no.
Genuinely, I'm shocked that he's even been linked to the Panthers.
Agreed.
Calgary, I'm shocked they would even want to do business with us again after the Huberdeau trade. Because that didn't really work out the best for them. It worked out tremendously for us. So I mean, I would have PTSD if I was even Calgary to even mention the P word, in the front office.
I mean, that's Jonathan Huberdeau gives him nightmares, and I mean, hope for the best. Obviously, he's getting surgery on his hip, I believe.
Yeah,
He's already had it, and you really hope that he'll be able to recover, and hopefully he gets back to form at some point with Calgary because we want to see that Huberdeau that we loved and we knew.
exactly. We still got love for Hooby Dooby Doo over here, and
But
we hope
it's
he gets
time to
well
move
soon.
on to our next player,
All right,
Sergei Bobrovsky. He's been linked to teams like the Sharks. He's been linked to teams and goaltending
sell,
with the Florida Panthers.
sell, 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 sell. Get this man out of here. If you can get anything for him, get what you can, because I believe is or is not his contract up at the end of the season.
His contract is up at the end of the season. They
Oh man,
are still
so you
trying.
won't be able to get anything for him once the season's over.
There is no really market for him. I would assume he's having a career worst season. He's never had a season this low, even when dating back to his beginning as a Florida Panther. He still has never had a season this poorly before. For the most part, he's played in front of a semi-healthy defense. Still a defense that is much better than the defense they played in when he first came over to the Cats. Certainly doesn't have Ian McCoshen still on that line, but he's having a career worst season. He's still owed a lot of money.
Yep.
His contract's gonna be up. Is there a market for him? I have no idea. I would
Listen,
assume there probably isn't.
listen. A sucker is born every hour. Okay. Um, the Leafs, I'm sure, would love to have Sergei Bobrovsky. He's probably, even at this stage now, he's probably still better than any goaltender they have on their roster, which is insane. But maybe, who knows? Maybe he needs the pressure of the Toronto market. He needs the noise, from the Toronto media and the fans there to, get him, playing with an edge again. But we'll just take, in typical Bill Zito stature, whoever we trade him to, he will not lose the trade. He will make sure he gets something of quality back. But like you said, the market is very thin if there is one for him, and it's looking more and more like they're probably just gonna have to let him walk at the end of the season. Very familiar to me because as a Dolphins fan, we're also letting Tua walk, and we also owe him a lot of money, and his contract is not even up. So it can always be worse, Jeremy. It can always be worse. Be a Dolphins fan like me. But yeah, sell on Bob. Listen, we appreciate everything you've done for the franchise. Won us 2 Stanley Cups. You're a legend. You'll probably have a statue outside the bank. Your jersey will for sure be retired. But we cannot afford below adequate goaltending to potentially cost us the short window that we have. So, sorry, no hard feelings. It's just business.
Well, final player. Are you keeping Evan Rodriguez, or are you selling him?
Whew. I'm genuinely shocked that he has not been extended yet, and that just screams that they're gonna let him walk, which is unfortunate because I don't know. It's just I would prefer to keep. I would prefer to extend it personally. I would want to extend him and keep him in Florida. Um, I love the way he plays. I love the chemistry he has with his line and his teammates. I just want him to stay a Panther. I want him to stay a Panther. I don't know if I could stomach seeing him wear someone else's jersey, but I think I'm a buy on him. I think I'm a buy. I'm not going to extend him for too long. Maybe what do you say about what 3-year extension, 2-year extension, somewhere in there.
I mean, I would certainly kick tires on something like a 2 to 3 year extension. I think for me, the max I would go is 3 years again. You look into 2 years, maybe by then you're hoping some of the young guys do come up. Maybe you do end up getting a really good player like McKenna or something like that, and you end up jumping up into that draft slot that you want to get into, in which then you have to think about, is there going to be space for Rodriguez in the long term? Maybe you have to go with 2 years because by then maybe his spot will be taken. But I mean, so
Right.
there's things to think about like that. But I think overall, where you're sitting right now, I would probably look into 2 years.
Yeah.
And most importantly, I would think Evan Rodriguez still has a role on this team. Maybe you shut him down, but I think, or you give more minutes and you shut down someone else. Maybe that's another player that goes and gets more minutes. But
True.
like I was saying, though, I think he's a player that you should keep, and I don't think we should necessarily. I don't think there's much the Panthers really need to do this offseason, or not even this offseason. Excuse me, this trade deadline. I mean, you really don't need to buy. You're trying at this point. You're on the tank ride. You're losing. It's fine. You can worry about the offseason. So worry about that stuff, which I'll get into in a minute because I do actually have one additional player that I didn't want to sneak into because it's not related to the trade deadline. However, I don't think there's much you need to do with the trade line. You let it ride. You sit pat. You probably shut down some guys, and you let you're playing NHL 26 franchise mode. You play the rest of the season on sim.
Hey, let the checkers play, man. Call them up. Give them some minutes.
Give Devine, give Benning, give the players their opportunity to shine. Promote Lundell as 1C.
Mm-hmm. Let it roll, baby.
So I mean, this is kind of like I said before. It's an honorable mention. I just wanted to sneak in here. But when we do kind of get to that off season, we have to obviously think about goaltending. The New York Rangers have been really bad, and they're definitely going into a rebuild.
Oh man, you're not suggesting who I think you're suggesting, are you?
I've seen his name pop up a lot.
Who quite literally ruined my night at Lone Depot Park at the Winter Classic.
Are you looking into someone who's kind of had 2 back-to-back kind of down seasons with the Rangers? Obviously, are you looking into Igor Shesterkin to possibly your goaltender for the future?
Now I have a lot of Rangers friends, namely Alex, who was running the fantasy football team with me, but he just left for another one in our league. Shout out Alex. But let's see, he's 30 years old. He has had a couple of down years, but we have seen his ceiling and the heights that he can go in net. He is an outstanding goaltender. It's one for the future. You're talking about like a pretty long-term contract. So it'll probably be the rest of the cup window and then some.
And you're also thinking about giving up futures on top of it. You're thinking about probably giving up a pick. You're thinking about maybe even giving up that top 10 pick. You're thinking of giving up, most likely, a Mackie Samoskevich. You're looking at giving up futures for a player of this caliber who will definitely want to play for a team with the Panthers because they need a goaltending. That's their last piece they're going to be missing in the offseason.
Man, well, considering that all of the extensions that we made across our team pretty much gives us a good about 2, 3, 4 more years of everybody being together at this stage. You need to find a way to win one more cup at least in that stage. And if you're gonna go all in on this cup window, then it's worth a shot. You know, it's worth a shot. We'll worry about the the future when the future comes, but I'd say it's worth it. I'd say. I mean, personally, I mean, I if they do go ahead and try to get him, I would obviously support the club. Be like, you know what, all right, if we're rolling with Igor, we're rolling with Igor. But personally, I don't know if I could justify giving up Mackey or a lot of our
Oh no,
prospects because I mean, our
we're back.
yeah, I mean,
I went
our
out for a minute.
oh no, you're I think you're frozen. Nope, you're back. You're back. But I mean, our goaltending development is pretty good, I'd say. Um, we could always develop somebody or have get a prospect from the minors come up. But man, that's gonna be a is his contract up as well? Do you know? Hmm. Do you know if his contract is up, Igor?
I'm frozen again.
No, you're good.
Hello.
You're good.
Oh, okay, I'm good now. Okay.
Yeah.
I again, I do not
Hey,
have
bro, I'm trying to
contracts
get you again,
loaded
bro.
up.
You need to get back in the bushes.
I had my home set up in the bushes. I unfortunately am away from my bush. I've been living there I've made camp in this area as I wait for my rescue.
You
SOS,
must
as you
have
can
the
read
Starlink
underneath
over
my
there,
name.
bro. Lost connection for a second. You walked too far away from your hotspot.
I might have to start walking back. Actually, I may just start getting back there. We might have to wrap this up soon.
Yeah. But is Igor's contract coming up in a little bit?
I've seen things about an extension. I do know he got extended at one point, with New York, but I don't fully know what it's looking like right now. Um, but I mean, I don't think it really matters. I think either way, it still costs a tremendous amount. And I think you're still going to have to pay around the same contract that we looked like. Honestly, we might have to pay more for someone like Sturkin
Yeah,
than we probably paid for Bob when we first signed him.
man. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
there's that, or you can look into someone like Jesper Wallstedt.
Yeah, we're just in a very tough spot. I mean, personally, I don't think I could justify spending that amount of money and giving up that amount of talent, that amount of young talent for a goaltender who has had back-to-back years of decline. And obviously he's been great outside of that, but at the same time, it's like you're not going to be able to win a Stanley Cup unless you have pretty good goaltending. You need to have above average goaltending. Um,
And it brings you back to, of course, that Jones trade where you really wish you had someone like Spencer Knight right about now. But
yeah,
obviously,
you
you
really
need to
wish you
give
had
up.
Alex Lyon too.
You really wish you had a lot of guys, but hey, Daniil, pay the guy maybe 0.95 mil.
Hey,
Again,
but you know what that tells you? We know how to find them.
I mean, yeah, we do. We do.
We know how to find them. So, I mean, I think I'll pass on Igor. I think I'll pass on Igor.
Well, that's the last one that I got for you, which I think
Hey,
marks the end. That marks the end of my segment, and I marks the end for me.
well, that's a fantastic segment. I love these games that you have. I love Jeremy game night. But we need to make sure you get home and out of Milan. You need to come back to the great state of Florida. By the way, happy Statehood Day to the state of Florida. On this day, it became the 27th state in the United States of America. And we need to get you back in the Sunshine State, buddy.
Isn't it February still?
It is March 3rd. It is 3/3. AKA
Oh,
Dale
man.
for Dale.
I'm gonna miss rent on my apartment. I haven't seen it in so long.
Ooh, I don't think it's gonna see
even
you when you get back.
I don't know what week it is.
Dude, how long were you in Lottery Land?
Time travel's different in Lottery Land.
Apparently so. I mean, maybe you should ask like a Sabres fan or something, you know, how the time works and everything. You know, maybe it's
I don't like Sabres fans, sorry.
You said what?
I don't like Sabres fans, apologize for that.
Dude, they're
Help.
Dude, you gotta run,
Help.
man. They're out to get you.
Oh no, I gotta go.
Dude, you gotta go. Dude, save yourself. Save yourself.
Gotta
Run!
go.
Run!
You've been watching the Rat Trick Report.
Dude, okay,
Just
okay.
send him off.
Listen. This is the Rat Trick Report. Thank you very much for watching, y'all. Say a prayer for Jeremy as he gets his way home. And until next time, go Cats, throw rats.
Oh
no! No! Jeremy, no! Oh my God. Okay. I need to call him. Guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you next episode. And yeah, man. Lottery Land it is. Throw the rats. Woo!